going to attempt a tunnel card, and I just quickly wanted to show you the blog that I've gone to find the instructions in case you wanted to go there yourself. It's Inat Kessler. I'm trying to find. Oh, there we go. There we go. So that's the blog I've gone to, how to make a tunnel card, and I'm going to be doing this. All right. Anyway, hello, it's Ruth here at artfulstampin.co.uk, and thought I'd have a go doing this. I have seen them around. A few of my friends have been doing them, and yeah, just thought I'd have a go, you know. So bear with me as I just get my desk into a good position and frame. There we go. Right, and I also wanted to make use of this gorgeous paper that we have from Stampin' Up. It's the Saleabration papers. I've also dug out some dies. Might use those, might not. We'll see how we go. Kind of like channeling my inner Susan Lavassa here. You know, this reminds me very much of a Susan Lavassa card. You know, with some little pretties and things. Anyway, now I'm looking at this paper thinking, would that look good on it? I don't know if that's a bit too busy. I don't know if that would be better off on the inside. I might just set that aside for a sec. Okay, what else have we got here? Ooh, now that would be interesting. Let's cut a bit of that. Right, so the instructions she gives is to cut your pieces of cardstock at hold on, 5.5 by 8.5 inches. Okay, but I'm going to do mine a little bit bigger than that. I think I'm going to do 5 3/4 because I have got that amount of space. So I'm going to do mine at 5 3/4. And she says to cut to the same. So let's have a look. Oh, I've got this lovely yellow here. So I'm going to cut this at 5 3/4 as well. Is there a right way or a wrong way to this? Oh, I'm not sure. Okay. So get the two together just to make life a bit easier. Cut them together. So she says 8.5 inches. Because then we're going to score at 4 1/8, 4 1/4 and 6 3/8. Now I'm thinking, is there a simpler way of doing this? Is there a simpler way? Like just doing it at 2 inches. I don't know why we have to do it at the... You know what, I'm just going to do it my way. I think. Yeah, you know what, I'm just going to score at 2 inches. I think I get what she's doing, so I'm going to make it my own. 2, 4, 6. And if it all goes terribly wrong, well, I'll know to follow the instructions properly next time. But I just like to keep things simple sometimes. Anyway, that leaves you with a nice piece to create a different kind of card at some point or other. Okay, so then what you're meant to do is... Actually, I don't think you needed to have scored that one, but I did. Do you then do that with that? And that there. I suppose scoring it does help you to know where to stick. I will say that. Right, I'm going to move this out of the way. And I'm going to move this paper out of the way because I don't need it right now. And I'm going to get my little bone folder, which was on my desk. Then I tidied up. Now I can't find it. Oh, there it is. Right, I do think, oh dear, sorry, knocking stuff around. I do think we need to score tightly. So let's have a look, see who's watching on YouTube. Yeah, so I think I'm going to just make sure that these are pretty accurate to folding these in half. If you don't have a score tool, I know probably most of you do, but if you don't, I guess you could always just, yeah, fold in half, and that's what you're doing. Okay, so let's fold this in half. I'm just going to double check my lines there. Nice. Nice. Okay. So I quite like the idea of this like field of flowers really on the outside. Or do I want the field on the inside and then have them poking? No, I'm going to do it this way around. Just going to do it that way, I think. Right, so then the next thing to do is to cut a hole in this section here so that we have our like peekaboo bit. So I've gone to the wrong bit. Right, bear with your channel. So I've got some nice dies here, and so if you don't have dies, you could just cut a rectangle. That's another possibility. And I thought it would be nice to use one of these. This set of dies got mentioned yesterday in my live, and it reminded me that I could do with making use of them. Quite like the idea of that going there, like so, over the top. So what I might do is actually go to my layered circles dies now and find the appropriate one that would sit. I think it's that one. There we go, that one there. Now, I suppose you could just eyeball it. Yep, pretty much eyeball it and get it into place. I would recommend using a bit of washi tape because this is one of those projects where you don't really want the die to shift. You do want it to kind of stay in place. So I'm just going to remove some of the main sticky off there. Eyeball it. Now, if you're not feeling safe to eyeball this, then use a ruler. I'm going to pop that on there and then cut that through. Now, the decision next decision is, what do I cut that out of? And I'm very tempted to cut it out of some sort of nice metallic to be a bit of a contrast, because if I choose yellow, it's not going to be a contrast really with that. If I choose green, not going to work. If we go for a nice metallic, I think that would work. So let's have a quick hello and see who's around this evening. Good morning, good afternoon and good evening everybody who's watching. Hi Jane, Linda, Kelly, Valerie, Shaz, John, Brigitte, Delinda, Cindy, Janlyn, Vay, Glenna, Elaine, Delinda, Lynn Turner. First time on a live, is that? Did I see that somewhere? From sunny Wellington. Welcome. Cheryl, hello. Hi Louise. Right, now I've got news for you, everybody, from Reet. She's recovering well. She messaged me today because she saw that people had asked after her. So she messaged me, and I meant to do an update on artfulstampin space but forgot. She said her surgery went well. She's still on medication, so she doesn't have a lot of pain at the moment, but they're going to start doing that. She's taking baby steps to build up her strength, and she hopes to be home after Monday, but she's kind of stuck there. And she said thank you to Heidi for asking after her, and yeah, she hopes to see you all soon during a live. So there we go. So Reet is doing okay. Thank you for asking after her. That was very sweet of you. Right, so yes, wave at Reet, because I'm sure she'll be watching the replay. Okay, so just having a little sprat around to find some metallic and see if I've got anything fun that can be used. Ooh, bit of copper. Ooh, there we go. That's nice. Now you'll have to forgive me. I really am not sure if that's currant. I've got it in my currant box, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I will check in a bit to see if this is currant or not. Right, let's just cut that down so that it's more manageable. And get my plates over for die cutting. And my little machine. Well, this is my big machine actually. I've been working it hard recently. He's doing ever so well. Let's move the camera up a bit. Righty ho. So that on there, that over the top. Plate 1, plate 2. And in we go. There we go. Hi Stacey, welcome. Sheila's friends, yay! Any friend of Sheila's a friend of ours. Lovely to have you here, Stacey. Hi Lorraine. Who else? Hi Bonnie. Bonnie's watching and zooming. Wow, Bonnie. Welcome to the 21st century. I'm laughing because some of you guys tell me how technically deficient you are, but you're all figuring it out, and you're doing well. Look, this is just popping out. This is beautiful. Sorry, I was doing it on the floor. Don't tell Esther. Oh, and I found my brush the other day. Let me show you how that works. So I need my tool, and basically you unscrew this, she says. Or is it the other end? No, it's that end. Unscrew that way. And then you screw that on. And then you roller that over the... Actually, I think they sent a little spongy thingy. I don't know if this is from the old one or the current one, but these are quite useful. If you just get a little bit of sponge, just really helps kind of pop it out. She says, come on, do it. Oh no, it's not going to do it. Okay, so this is when you use your pick tool. Sometimes the little bits are a bit stubborn, so you just have to tease them out, There we go. How lovely is that? Now I've just realised I need to cut a circle out the middle of that. So I think what I'll do is I'll cut the daffodil paper first. Now you can, the other option with this is to do it with a punch, and you could just fold that in half and just punch it out if you don't have a die, or cut it. I do know that not everyone, when they get started out with card making, you don't have all the fancy gadgets, so I try and explain how to do things without the gadgets. There we go. Right, so that's cut out. So let's bring that really pretty piece back in again, which I put somewhere really safe. Oh, there it is. Okay, and then we've got to align that. Although I don't want to lose that nice bit of beading on there now. I think I'm going to go a circle smaller. we're losing the gap more and more, but anyway, we'll make it work. I wonder if I could hang something on the inside to give it a bit more of a focal point to look in. Can you tell I'm thinking on my feet here? Hi, Sarah McKenna. First time you caught a live. Oh, welcome. Glad you made it. Oh, if the chat is scrolling fast, you can just stick your finger on it and whack it down again. Yeah. Oh, look at that. That's pretty, isn't it? Right, now I'm... Oh, bear with. Oops. I'm sitting on my trimmer. Oh, gosh, I'm lucky the arm didn't break then. I didn't realise I had my arm out. Right. Oh, why's my sound still on? I thought I muted you. There we go. Right. So the thing I've got to be aware of is this has got to be folded because it's going to be stuck onto this section here, isn't it? So I've got to make sure this has a really nice kind of crease through it. So I'm using the lines on my trimmer to help tell me where I need to do this. So that's too far and that would be too far. So let's go, I think there would be fine. So just going to score that and then very carefully, I'll bring you back down again. Okay. Very carefully, I'm just going to fold that over. Oh dear, was this a good idea or not? What do you think? Do you think I've made this a bit too tricky for myself? Oh, don't go back just yet, Sarah. Stick with us, because honestly, I've really not done much. All I did was cut a piece of cardstock, 5 3/4 by 8 inches, and then scored at 2, 4, 6. And I did it to 2 pieces of paper, and then I've just cut a circle out the middle. Honestly, I've not really done much at all. Stay with us. Stay with us. Right. Well, for us Tech Challenged Artful friends, a warm hello to everyone. Oh, glamour. Right, now what am I going to put in there? You see, this was a bright idea at the time, and now I'm thinking, was it a bright idea? Should I have done it this way? Because all the other tunnel cards I've seen, they've got these massive openings. And there's me, I've come along and done this little tiny piddly thing. Anyway, definitely making it my own tonight, aren't I? Just trying to get this glue unclogged. So what I do is I take my pick tool, you see, and I scrape it up and try and grab the blob that's sitting just inside the entrance of the glue. Right, let's see if that's worked. Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, that one. Oh, that one's decided to work. All right. Okay, fine. Okay, so let's just put a little bit around the edge, like so. Try not to blob it too much, and if you do get a blob, try and spread it around. Now, I'm quite sure how to do this, but right, I do need to move that down. Now I've put too much glue. I don't think I've creased it in the right place either. I'm just looking for a scrap of paper. Hold on. Right, I'm just pressing it down quite firmly and then lifting it before it sticks to my piece of paper. All right, so I'm probably going to have to do something to cover that up. Or, as someone else very helpfully reminded me, what you can do is if you've got a bit of excess glue, you can get your embossing buddy and just do that. And just get rid of that ickiness. There we go. You're working on a stair-step card. Well, that sounds very, very tricky. I was thinking a butterfly too. Who's that said that? Barb. Yeah, Barb. For some reason, I've got a little crease line there. I think that was from when I put it through the dye machine. Let's get rid of that. Let's stick you there. Right. Stick that out of the way. So then, oh, actually, no, I'm not going to stick it down just yet because you're right, Barb. I think it would be nice to have something dangling there. And, oh, I think I might even do a little dragonfly, to be honest, because I don't think I've got a small enough butterfly to sit in there. So I'm thinking, what about a really cute little golden dragonfly? Could even make it a spinner card. Oh yes, I think so. Get a wee bit of twine. Go with the green, I think. Actually, no, spinner sounds a bit complicated to me. I can only manage one technical card system per video. No, I'm not feeling very technical tonight. Okay, so we're going to stick this into place. So I'm just getting a scrap of paper that I've literally just grabbed off the side of my desk. Cut that, and I'm just going to fold that in half. Not really too worried that it's not exact. Give that a little bit of a crease there. Dragonfly's out of season, but who cares? Absolutely, Sherlock. It's, you know, it's a fantasy card. What can I say? Either that or it's a dead one. It's just floating around. I mean, you know, it's up to you which way you want to think about it. All right, that's got a bit too much glue on that side. I'm just going to take a bit off. Yeah, I'm sticking in this in place. I haven't even stuck my butterflies, my dragonflies on the thing yet. Anyway, let's get that stuck in there. Hi, Jan. We got Jan S and Jan B. Glue it on the front first, then recrease the. Glue it on the front and then recrease the. What the glue the gold frame? Is that what you're talking about? Yes, so this is a combination of a British and an Australian fantasy. Yeah, they're flying around in Australia and we've got daffodils here in the UK. There we go. We knew we could make it work somehow. All right, this is going to be fun. Ooh. Okay, I'm not even going to attempt to get the string to run through the middle of the dragonfly because that would, because the dragonfly body is really quite thin, so not even going to try. Double-sided tape on white straps is easier. You know what, you're so right. Where's my double-sided? I had it the other day. Oh well. Just grab a bit of this out. This is some old stuff. I'm hoping it still sticks. All right, we got there in the end. So now we just need to glue the whole lot together to make it work. Hi Jocelyn. Hi Janine. So I'm just going to do it bit by bit. So I'm just going to lay that right smack bang on top of the previous one, and it should fit perfectly because I cut them the same size. And so because I think the Stampin' Up! Designer Series paper is a thick enough weight, it's not, you know, as thin as, I don't know, computer paper or something. It has got a bit of a weight to it. I think sticking the two together makes a perfectly sturdy enough card base without, you know, adding any extra cardstock, I don't think. So lay that on top of there. Hello, Ivy. Sherlock, I think you're a little bit behind us because that's exactly what I did. And then what you can do is, now I don't know if this will work, but you can spin this round so that when you fold it up and then open it, it can, oh no, it doesn't work. I think this is when you need two two threads. That's when it works better. You need two threads so that they spin. Right, I think that needs a bit of a peg on it just for a moment. So I'll try and find a small peg just to hold those two together because they're fighting each other. They don't want to sit on top of each other nicely. Okay, so I'm just going to set that aside for a second and let that dry, and then we'll see that in its all its glory. Right, so now I know what I'm doing. Shall we have a go at doing another one? And let's look at the other papers and see what we can do to show those off. So I really do think it works very well when you've got contrasting paper. Now the blog I followed, she cut out something else and put something over these sections. Now if these sections were boring, I'd say yes, definitely. So let's have a look and see if it's worth doing that technique to put some extra pieces, because I have got those spare bits here, you see, so those could be the extra pieces that go on. So we've got, yeah, that black piece there, which, yeah, that theoretically could sit on there. Then I've got the spare, oh, no, I don't like that. I don't like that colour combination. That's just a bit. Oh, is that it? Is that it? Oh no, hold on, one more. That one. The very green one. So let's see if that would... No, you see, that gets lost, doesn't it? No, that gets lost as well. I'm wondering if just a piece of black cardstock. Let's try that instead. A piece of black cardstock, and then I want to put these two as a panel either side. So we're going to have a very dramatic black kind of section to look into. And then how about on the inside we have this beautiful, really bright paper. Shall we try that this time? So 5 3/4. So I'm going to use the measurements that we did before. Actually, this time I'm only going to score at 4 inches because this is the back panel. So 4 and then cut at 8. There we go, pop that aside for a second. Then bring the black cardstock, cut that at 5 3/4. Oh, moved. It moved. Cut that at 8. And then score that at 2. 4 and 6. I'll use my daisy punches with that paper. Ooh, there's an idea. Right, so that's going to fit onto there, but we're going to cut a really big aperture. And I was wondering then if the frame from Eden's Garden, if that would sit in there. Ooh, just about. Just about. Okay, so now what I've also got to think about is how on earth I'm going to cut that piece out following the frame. Right, I think I see a solution. I'm going to just, actually, no, it's going to be that way round. So what I'm going to do is I'm eyeballing and getting the same distance between that side and that side, and also the top and the bottom. So just get a similar amount of space. I'm just going to stick that down with my bit of washi tape there. And I can see that there are holes in the die. Now these holes are actually to poke the piece out once you cut it, but I'm going to use it to guide me in cutting a frame all the way around instead. I'm not going to do that one, that's a bit too high up, but right, I think that'll do. Now I know you guys can't see that very well, but I can. And so I'm just going to get my scissors and follow those pinholes all the way around. So sorry if you can't see exactly what I'm doing, but just trust me, I can. I'm just gonna... Actually, it's easier if I then turn that over, because remember I've got holes on the other side as well. I'll bring that round like so. Ta-da! Okay, now put that way, because I think that was the way I did it. So let's cut a panel of this with the copper. I think the copper again would just look very dramatic and very be a nice contrast against the... Now, is that big enough? No. Oh dear, I'm going to cut myself another piece. Right. There we go. Hi Cindy. Oh, is it, Janine? Ah. Well, welcome everybody, particularly the newbie livers. Thank you for saying hello. It's always exciting to meet new folks. For those of you who are asking about classes, I have put a couple of pieces of information about classes coming up. One on the 15th of January, the class 4. And one on the 5th of February. This is a new class that I've scheduled. I think I've got one person booked for it so far. So it's a beginner class for Stamp One Sheet Wonders. It's the Clusters and Lines one. And I'm doing it on a Saturday because I know some of you guys work in the week, and you struggle to get to weekday stuff. So it's 7 p.m. on Saturday, the 5th of February. So, well, I'm going to have another attempt using my brush actually. I'll just use this. Kind of works. Now, I know not all the pieces are meant to fall out, if that makes sense. Like, there are some solid bits. And some of the solid bits have little lines cut into them, which just make them look really cool. See? Got that little line. Right, so let's see what that looks like. Ooh. Looks good. Very dramatic. Right, so let's stick that piece on there. So I've just got to trim that down. So that was 5 3/4 inches. So I'm going to cut that down to 5 1/2. And then also cut this down to 1 3/4, because we've got 2-inch panels either side, so 1 3/4. Now this technique would be great to use with a stamped one sheet wonder. So now I've had a go doing it, I'm thinking, ooh, what else? What else? Oh, thanks, Glenna. Glenna enjoyed that class. Yeah, and a few of you have just done it this last Tuesday, haven't you? So please let people know what you thought of the class. Tell them what you feel that you learnt. It's £20. Sorry, I forgot to say. It's £20. It's done on Zoom, and you need to bring all your own materials to the class or your craft room. You don't have to come to my house. You basically stay in the comfort of your own craft space, whatever that is, and we stamp together. So you do need a variety of floral and leaf stamps, and maybe some textures as well, and and some blocks and inks, some cleaning cloths. Okay, thanks, Cindy. You love this paper. You've got a second pack of it. It's about 2 hours long, Shaz. Yeah. Oh, and I do know that some of you are waiting for like class 9 to come out. I know some of you are a bit ahead. So I'll be looking at my diary for class 9ers. Oh, right, let's do the score for this. Actually, I'm going to glue. Did someone say earlier, glue it first, then score? You know what? I think I'm going to do that because that will be so much simpler. Right, now this is going to be a little bit tricky because I've got to find the outside leaves to put the glue on, because I cannot put them on the inside leaves because they'll just stick to the card in the wrong place. So just bear with me. Thank you for your patience. I've just got to take my time doing this. Quickly there. Oh, that needs to be poked out. Go on, pokey pokey. Oh, that's lovely, Loretta. Oh, it's so nice to be able to meet up, isn't it? Okay, I'm actually going to deliberately slightly flatten that out. Oh, now, hold on a sec. I think that's the right way up. Okay, just going to go for it. It's too late to back out now. I think I want to move that over a smidge. Come on. Please, please. Oh, right. I think I'm just going to... No, you don't need to do the classes in order. I just number them so that I know what's what. Yeah. Oh, Cheryl. Oh, yes, you will have to watch. Yes, it's just mind-blowing. I know, Bonnie, what is class 9? Yeah, what I did, Cheryl, was I put the die on the card like that, and I used my pick tool and put holes around along the middle section, and then just folded it in half and cut it with scissors. You know, really technical. You know, you need to be an astrophysicist to figure that one out. Not. Yeah, class 1 is good if you're beginning to do stamp one sheet wonders. Class 2 is a water-based one. You get a bit messy, so but you do have to have shimmer cardstock for that one. Class 3 is the wreath class. You'll stamp a 12 by 12 wreath with me, and actually I do need to schedule a date for that because there's a few of you waiting for me to do that one. Class 4 is the pop-up box, which I've just advertised. That's the 15th one. Class 5. Oh dear, now it's testing me now. Is that the masking one? I think, maybe. I could be wrong. Right. I love this. So dramatic, isn't it? So dramatic. Ah. Now, I think that paper in there is just so lovely. I don't think I need to necessarily put a butterfly or anything, but we'll see. I might stick some dragonflies around the place, but I don't feel like it needs anything extra because this paper is just so beautiful. And I almost feel a bit guilty covering up so much of it. Oh, hold on. Right, hold on. I'm just going to flip it because I just realised I had it the wrong way around. Tiny copper butterflies, yes, that would look fun. Well, I have got the brushed brass butterflies, haven't I? They might work. I'm sure they were still on my desk from yesterday. Oh, that one wants to escape. Just had to be done. Ooh. I've been asked to do an Easter sort of workshop with a group in Welshbourne. I'm just thinking, I think they would love to do something like this. I probably couldn't do something as complicated as this sort of thing, but we could definitely do a simple tunnel. That's a bit symmetrical, that is. I've just realised those embellishments. A bit too symmetrical for me. That's better. Oh, class 5 is the white craft ink one. Thank you, Glenna. Yeah, class 5 is the white ink class. It's class 6 masking. Class 7 is another one sheet wonder one, but a different one. And then class 8 is the re-inkers. And class 9 is supposed to be another wreath, but then sticking some extra bits on it. Yeah. I have a Ruth class file. What? Thank you, Miss Sheila. If Miss Sheila compliments me, it means that she really likes it. I really like that. And as I said, I just don't feel it needs much more, apart from if you wanted to put a sentiment on it, really. Now, I have got a little slither, and you could probably barely see this, but I feel like I just need to cut. I can see the paper through. So I'm just going to cut that off. It's less than a millimeter. It's like a hair's breadth, but I can see it and it's bugging me. Okay. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get my black pen. Just going to run that down it like that. Okay, right. Thank you. Yeah, and it was pretty, well, I say it's pretty simple. I mean, if you haven't got fancy dies like this, just a frame would have been fine. In fact, I wouldn't mind just showing you how to do that, so that you guys who don't have, you know, dies and things can see how it's done. So shall we do that again? So let's just look at what bits of paper I've got spare. Okay, so ooh, I just thought that on there with a panel of that. Oh, that looks so yum. I'm just going to do that bit first. Bear with. Okay, so I need to cut, so that will be, actually this may be when it would be good to go back to the measurements on the blog and do what she did on the blog. So I'll cut this panel at 2 inches. I know I'm starting slightly backwards. I'm starting with the side panels because I'm inspired. 2 inches by 5 5/8. I think I can do that. 5 5/8, yes. Okay, let me just write that down though, because I am going to forget. So that was 2 by 5 5/8. So the inner panel needs to be 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. Right. Oh, I cut it already. I was like, why isn't that cutting? Right, so it's the same. So this needs to be 5 1/4 by 1 7/8. 1 7/8. Okay, so that'll be at the side, and then a fairly plain inside. So 5 3/4. Okay, so I'm just gonna pop back to looking at the blog. Oh, hi Claire. Have you just been at Esther's? Oh, lovely. Okay, I'm just going to go back to the measurements. So she said score at 2 1/8. 4 1/4. 6 3/8. And then cut at 8 1/2. Is that 8 1/2? Is that right? Yeah, 8 1/2. 8 1/2. Okay. then I was going to do just cut that down. This score at 2 1/8. No, I don't need to score at 2 1/8 because this is the... Oh, it's the other piece that I didn't need to do all those scores on. Unless I change it. I could do that on the outside. Let's just... I'm just going to double check, see what it looks like. Oh, what have I done there? I've done something wrong here. Oh, I've done something wrong. Anyway, I'll come back to it in a sec. That was going to go on there like that. Oh no, don't tell me I've cut that wrong. Oh, I have cut that wrong. It was supposed to be 5.5. Okay. Anyway, I'll come back to that. Right, the score is at 4 1/4. And then cut at 8.5. So this will be my inside panel now. Right. So that goes on there. That comes here because I've got to cut another piece. Cut that at 1 3/8. Sorry, 7/8 to fit inside my 2-inch panel. Yep, 5.5. I should have done that at. Oh well, it's only paper. Oh, now the panel, right. So I need to cut along here and here. Excuse me. So I'm going to fold that in half first. What should we do? Ooh, 1/2 inch. Let's do 1/2 inch. I'm going to pop it into there. Oh no, I'm going to do the 1/2 inch along here first, I think. So put that in. That's so if I've got to put this section at 1 5/8, so I get the 1/2 inch going around, and then pop my blade in. I'm just eyeballing this because I can't really quite see what I'm doing. There we go. And put that in at the 1/2 inch mark there, and then cut there. And then if it doesn't quite meet, that's okay, just get your scissors. There we go. Right, let's fold that back. Oh, I forgot to look at your comments. Oh, all the Cheryls in the house today. Hello, Martina. Hoo-hoo to you. Okay, that'll go there, that'll go there, that'll go there, that'll go there. Right, I now have this idea to maybe stick some, cut out some paper flowers and stick those inside, or I've just thought to stick some like leaves, that I could cut some leaves out from this section that I cut out of there and have those stuck on the inside of the... And actually, if you have the daffodil stamp set that goes with this, you could also use that. So look, we can do some leaves coming in. So even if you've got a bit of a leaf that's on the side like that and it's a bit cut off, it doesn't matter. You can kind of salvage it a bit. We'll just make it a different shaped leaf. There we go. Let's do that. Ooh, ooh. Make it a bit wobbly. Now this could take a bigger butterfly, couldn't it? If you wanted to hang one from the middle there, which is very tempting to do, I have to say. Love your ideas. Would you decorate the front panel? What, this section or this section or this section? I'm about to decorate the side sections, but I had a bit of an idea maybe to do something in here, but the only thing is it's got to be folded, isn't it? You might have to make like a giant box for the card to sit in if you start doing lots of 3D flowers. Because of the way it folds like that, doesn't it? So I'm thinking just have some leaves hanging, you know, from the sides, coming in from the sides, and then oh look, there's a nice cluster of leaves there. Cut those out. There's a nice little cluster there. Do that. And that. Yep. And yep. I think I might just cheat and cut some leaves out using a punch in a second, because we ain't got all night, have we? Just cut a few of these out. Okay, let's do a bit of gluing. Somebody forgot to do a thumbs up. Oh, you're so kind. Hi, Vicky. I know you've been on here a while. I just realised I didn't say hello to you. Hi, Nina. I put something on the outside of the card. Oh, that. Oh, there. That's a good point. Maybe just a panel so that you can write stuff on. I wasn't expecting anyone to look at the back of it. Hello, Miss Phoebe. So I'm going to have a swig of my drink. Right, let's get this down on here. I love this thin black outline. Just helps to define the edges of this really bright floral paper. It just kind of shows it off to the max, really, doesn't it? So there we go. Right. I will try and put a link in the description to the blog post that I got these measurements from, because it really was quite helpful. Right, we'll try not to get any excess glue anywhere, because otherwise your card is going to, when it's shut, it's just going to stick together, which we don't want to have happen. Just cutting off that stem because I don't really need it. Start popping some of these in. Oh, I've just remembered too, you can't have any leaves that will need to be folded. So I'm just going to move that over. Yeah, so you can't have them coming over the fold. Otherwise it's not going to work. I think actually this frame probably would benefit from having some strips of paper just stuck on the back of it. So I think that's what I'm going to do, so I don't have to worry about all the glue. What else have I got? Okay, so let's see what that looks like. It kind of works. Right, to tell you what's not working, this needs to be extra scored so that the fold works. Okay, that's better. And as I said, I think this section just needs a bit of reinforcement, and also a piece just to cover up those glue spots. So this was just a scrap of piece of paper I had on my desk. I think because I went quite thin, because that was just 1/2 inch across the top there, it just needed that extra bit of reinforcement. Right. I still haven't quite decided what I want in the middle. Could go for a pretty butterfly. I'm wondering if there's a way that I can have a pop-up one there. Ooh, my brain's going now. Let me just grab the butterfly dies. Hi, Heidi. I haven't got the daffodil dies, no. Hi, Fred. Thank you, Vicky, for the link. Right, I think I need to cut an inner piece. Inner piece. I need to cut an inner piece. Sorry, just realised how it sounded. It's that one, isn't it? Only 10 AM and you feel like you need to go back to bed. Oh no, Vicky. You not sleep too well. Whew, right. Right, I was trying to figure out if I can create a mechanism that to create like a pop-up. So let's see if I can do this. So if I score this at 2 centimeters, so this is about 3/4 of an inch. 2, 4. Oh, I cut it. Start again. 2, 4. I've got to channel my inner Mid-Toast Crafts because Jay is so good at doing these kind of pop-up-y things. Right, okay, so cut there. Right, let's see if this will work. If that goes on there like that, that should pop up and do that, shouldn't it? Shouldn't it? It should, shouldn't it? She says. Oh, I'm all ski whiff here. Right, fold that back. Stick that in there like that. Is the front of the card just left blank? It's pretty, it's got a lot on it already. You'll see in a second if you haven't seen it. Okay, so that can go there. So if I fold that in half, that can go there like that. That's just going to get stuck in there, but I do need to crease this because otherwise it's not going to work. But I think I'll use a ruler and this is my score tool for the scoreboard. Oh no, come on, out you come. You're not really meant to be in there. Right, there we go. Out you come as well. You're not meant to be in there either. Sorry about this. This is taken longer than I anticipated. This was supposed to be a simpler card. It was up to the point where I decided to do a pop-up. So up to that point, you didn't need a die cutting machine, which was kind of the whole point of me doing this one. But anyway, I let my imagination get carried away. So, oh, I've used my pointy thing. Oh well. Where's my thing? No, yeah, that won't work now. I've got the ruler in the wrong place. Okay, that will just have to do. That'll do. Right, and then very carefully fold that, because that really needs to have a proper crease in it, she says. Just got to tell the paper what you want it to do, okay? Just, there we go. Right. So that's going to go in there, that's going to go there, and then that has got to go on there. So we need another couple of pieces of this. I'm going to fold that over, so a bit more of a bit of a square really, not a, doesn't have to be a full-on all the way down. Cut that there. Right, so what should happen is if I stick that onto that side, that onto that side, that onto there, Bob's your uncle, you should have a pop-up butterfly, she says. So that onto that side. turn it around, not put as much glue, Ruth. Put that onto there. Sorry, I've not even looked up because, oh, here we go. Oh, you're talking about cats, that's fine. you talk amongst yourselves for a second, because I've just suddenly got very absorbed in doing a pop-up butterfly. I mean, if this works, you're all going to love me for it, aren't you? Aren't you? Aren't you? Right. So the idea is that that's then got to be stuck. You see my little contraption? That's got to get stuck onto there then. Now, there's no easy way to do this. Just got to do it. Oh, actually, folding the butterfly wings in half is the way to do it. So can you see that? You see that in the... Was it too dark? Just got to move that up a bit. No, go move up. Yes. Yay! Ta-da! Oh my goodness. Right, then that's got to go in there. Oh, you know what? I'm going to glue dot this because I think I'm not sure that the wet glue is going to cope. Right, so I'm going to glue dot that in there. Right, then stick it all together and hope that it's gonna... Actually, I might be able to turn that around because... Oh no, the hearts are upside down. I was going to say my leaves are a little bit in the way, but just do that. Right. Okay, we have to stretch it over because this bit doesn't want to straighten out, so you just have to make sure you get it right over and hold it down for a bit to make sure it's really stuck. Right. There we go. Just about done it. Right, do we want to decorate anything else? I don't know whether to put another butterfly somewhere. Might just stick one, maybe, rather than doing any fancy pop-up. Actually, could just stick one. Stick one there, perhaps. Okay, I'll cut 2 out and see what happens. Oh, on the back, Janine. Yeah, on the back. So you just put a panel on the back. No, don't write on the front. Oh no. With a card like this, you wouldn't want to do that. Oh look, I'm coordinated with my card today. Just pick these out. Well, I think this session just goes to show that when you decide to start making something for the first time, it's worth doing it over and over, and then it really sticks in. You know, like a new card. And it was funny, Phoebe, you got stuck into a new card, didn't you? Or new style of card, and she just kept making them over and over again. And I think it is sensible to do that. If you come across a new card style or fold or whatever, it's worth repeating doing it, and then it really does get ingrained. Oh, come on. I need to pop out. Oh, come on. There we go. Right, careful. Come on. Oh, this one doesn't want to come out. Oh. You have to be very gentle sometimes with these. They're really... Oh, 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 come on. This one really didn't want to come out. Okay. That was odd. Okay, so this one I think would look fine. Just stuck directly in there like that. And this one can just be stuck like so. Now, in hindsight, I would perhaps put a darker green there if I'd known that I was going to stick that there. But I'll tell you what I could do is put a little bit of Winker's Stella on the butterfly, and that way it will stand out. There we go. Or a pink butterfly, yes, that'd be good. Why am I so quiet? Roberta, I was concentrating really hard. And also, I've just realised I've been talking for the last hour and a half, so I do run out of things to say sometimes. Right, just spreading the glue around a bit. And there. And then this one, I think, just sit like so. So I just need a bit of glue there. a little bit there, a little bit there, because we do not want any extra glue, really. Oh, I think I put glue in the wrong place, but never mind. Oh no, I think I'm all right. I'm just sticking my fingers behind to see if there's any sticky bits. So I'm just going to get my embossing buddy again and just press that into there, because if we've got this sticky, it'll stick together when the card is closed. Right, I'll just let that stick for a moment. Right, while that's just drying, I'll bring on the other two we made earlier. So it started off with the idea of creating a simple tunnel card, and I got the idea from a blog by Enat Kessler, and Vicky just shared the link, and I'll share the link again, and I will put it in the description. So there we go. It was my, yes, I was finding my inner piece. Yes, there's a bit of a play on words earlier about the inner piece. Right, so where did we start? We started with this one. So this is all using the lovely daffodil paper, the Saleabration daffodil paper, and it's really lovely to work with, actually. It's such a nice variety of different designs. So this was the piece that's got the daffodils coming at one end and then coming down the other, and I just thought, for me, this was plenty, all this lovely paper. So we've just got a simple yellow design on the inside, and then I popped a little dragonfly to spin around like so, and then use the encircled dies to cut that lovely frame. So that was that one. And then this one was exactly the same measurement. So instead of using what Enat did the 8 1/8 measurement. Sorry, 2 inches and 1/8. I just did 2 4 6 8. So I found that like much simpler just to remember. So if you want that in centimeters, that's basically 5 10 15 20. So cut yourself a piece of cardstock 20 centimeters wide, and just score at 5 10 15. So with this one, I really wanted to use that panel again, but on the sides, and then have a big aperture, big one here, using the Eden's Garden dies, and then just look into that beautiful flower paper on the inside. And as you guys have been asking, where would you write your message? I would just then stick a plain piece of cardstock. So let's see if I've got one here. Sometimes do have some spare ones. There's one. I would just stick a plain piece of cardstock then on the back. That needs cutting down, but yeah, and then you can write your sentiments and stuff on there. Okay, now this one, I wonder if that would fit on there. Oh, that's a bit closer to the measurement. So this one, I started off trying to show you how you can cut an aperture without needing any dies. You can just use scissors, you could use your trimmer, so you can do that. And then I got a bit carried away with wanting to put a butterfly on the inside, and ended up using my die cutting machine, my cut and emboss machine. But you could cut a butterfly, you know, hand cut it out of paper if you just wanted a solid one. You don't necessarily need to cut a fancy dancy one like this. Or you might find you've got an embellishment that's pretty flat and will fold. That will do too. And a few years ago we had some really lovely paper actually that you could just cut out. It went with these dies, and so you could just cut one of those out. Right, and so I then created that pop-up mechanism, which is actually quite simple when you know how. And if you need to see that, go back and watch that. And then I just wanted to show off those beautiful panels. So I've got the black outlining those, and yeah, just looks super pretty. And there we have it. So 3 pop-ups in an hour and a half. So yeah, thank you so much for joining us, guys. Joining us, the royal we, us. So let me know which is your favourite. So that's one. That's 2. And that's 3. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for the thumbs up. Wow, 61. I would put a white card on the outside to make it stronger. On the outside. Oh, do you mean this section? Oh, this whole section here. Yes, yeah, you could easily do that. Yeah, you could probably just put a panel. I mean, this one has got cardstock and designer series paper. So this one's actually feels quite sturdy. This one is not as sturdy, but then I would regard this as your kind of like your quicker card that you perhaps doesn't matter so much. It all depends how sturdy you want them, you know. It depends who you give them to, really, who's going to appreciate it, to be quite honest with you. That one, now that one's got extra support because I got that extra matting layer, so that actually feels quite sturdy. So yeah, but this is a little bit wobbly. Yes, it is. So yeah, a whole panel there would look fab and be an extra support. So 1, 2 and 3. Oh, you like the butterflies. Good. Oh, thanks, Cheryl. Well, if you want to give me 2 thumbs ups, the way that it would really help me is if you just write a comment after this has gone live. So that would be fabulous. And if you like what you see, please do share it out with your friends. And if you want to financially support my channel, if you can't actually purchase from me, then there is the option of super chatting, or you can PayPal me. Just gift PayPal me directly. Any sum of money, I'd be very grateful. And also that makes you eligible to get a free video for next month, an exclusive video. So I'm actually got to film my January thank you video. So thank you everybody who supported me in January, either by donating or being my customer or in my team. And you'll be getting a video. So anything going on the front of which one? Of these? No, I'm not going to add anything else to these, I don't think. No, I'll just put a panel on the back. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, so if you want to find out about the classes, please do go to Artful Stampin Space. And my plan is to write a blog post. Actually, I could do that now. I'll write a blog post now and put the information about the classes so that it's a bit easier for you guys to check that out. So just there's a link in my description to my blog. Right, I am off. Lovely to see you all. Oh, thank you, Miss Heidi. I will sleep well. Yeah, I'm just going to do a bit of blogging now and yeah, I'll head off. Lots of love, everyone. God bless. See you soon. Bye. Oops, sorry. Done something to my phone. Don't know what I'm doing. Good night.